I'm Ericka Wright, and I've been living in Honduras since 2015. A year before I came to Honduras, I visited New Life Baptist Ministries for 6 weeks, and it was during that trip that God placed a burden on my heart to come back and help Pastor Sam and his wife Julie Hodges. New Life Baptist Ministries includes a bilingual school, a 4-year Bible seminary for the Hispanics, and the local church ministry. Although it has always been a dream of mine to be a missionary and to learn a different language, once I got to Honduras, I quickly realized that the realities of missionary life can get kind of challenging if you don't have the right perspective on things. The heat, the roads, the constant demands of ministry, just the normal activities of living in a foreign country can be challenging. Everything from making sure you have drinkable water or water for your everyday necessities to making sure you have flashlights or candles ready for when the power goes out. It's just different. Driving in Honduras is a pretty interesting experience, to say the least. We live on the Pan American Highway. It's pretty much the only road from the capital of Honduras down to the southern border of Honduras, so there's a lot of traffic. Plus, we're on the side of a mountain, and so there's lots of curves. And you never know quite what you're going to find as you go around these curves. There's cars and motorcycles darting in and out of the lanes. There's cows being herded down the road. There's horses crossing the road. There's dogs taking a nap in the middle of the road. There's little motor taxis that are half on, half off the road. There's buses slamming to a complete stop in front of you without warning. You frequently see cars trying to pass a slow-moving vehicle, and then a third car will try to pass the car that's already passing the slow vehicle. So you have to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Life here is full of its adventures. I've learned that I definitely need to be able to laugh at myself and some of the circumstances in which I find myself. I've faced down all sorts of critters, snakes, tarantulas, scorpions. If the bus breaks down or if there's a protest that's blocking the road, which is common, then we take advantage of that time and we play games or chat with people on the bus, or we pass out tracts to the people around us while we wait. I've had to haul water out of my well with a bucket and a rope when the electricity's out and the pump isn't working, just so that I can flush the toilets in my house or wash off before going to sleep at night. Cold showers are not something to complain about, because at least that means there's running water. There are lots of little everyday adventures that soon become a normal part of life, and you just do it without thinking anything about it. In the bilingual school, I mainly work with the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, depending on the year and the positions that we need filled at the time. I've taught everything from grammar, Bible, spelling, literature, science, history, economics, geography, basic math, and even pre-algebra. Some years I'm also able to teach piano classes or violin classes for the seminary, which I really enjoy. I like knowing that I'm helping prepare them for future ministry. Many of my students come from broken homes. Most years I've had the opportunity to be able to visit their homes and get to connect with them on a personal basis. I've heard it said that you can't make an impact until you make it personal. My goal with my students is to become a part of their lives in a way that I can make an impact. I've heard some people say that by the time they're teenagers, it's too late to make a difference, but I don't believe that. I think most life-changing decisions are made as teenagers, and I want to be a part of that for these students. Several of my students have been saved or have started coming to church or have started becoming involved in church since I've been here. I've watched their lives change, and it's a blessing to be able to say I've had a part in that. Although being involved in the bilingual school is an important part of my life, being involved in the church ministry here is an even bigger part of what I do. I'm normally the person behind the camera taking pictures and videos of all the activities going on, but there are also many other areas where I'm involved. We go on evangelism twice a week, where I get to share the gospel with many people and invite many more people to church. Once a month we have Bible clubs where we have songs, games, snacks, and a Bible lesson for the kids on our bus routes. I am a Sunday school assistant, and I get to help with the teenage girls' Sunday school class. My bus route is a unique route in that until recently, we were using my car as our transportation to and from the church. My first vehicle here in Honduras was a 5-passenger Ford Focus. I was able to get as many as 18 in that car. A few years later, thanks to the generosity of many of my supporting churches, I was able to get an 8-passenger Honda Pilot. My record in that car so far is 24. The Honda Pilot is still the car that I use for my everyday travel, as well as for my midweek bus route. However, the church has started allowing me to use a 15-passenger van for my Sunday bus route. This has been a real blessing because I have an average of around 15 adults or children every Sunday, and on high days, when we have special activities, I have as many as 31. A few of my kids have now been coming faithfully for 5 to 7 years, and they're no longer children, but are teens that are now working on their own bus routes. Watching them grow and be excited about coming to church and listening to them excitedly tell me about how they invited their neighbors or their cousins to church and, oh, by the way, can we stop there today and pick them up? That makes it all worthwhile. That makes it worth every hardship, every sunburn from doing Bible clubs during dry season, every pair of shoes covered in mud from visiting the bus route during rainy season, every dollar spent on gas money to go pick up those kids. It's worth it to watch their lives change. God is faithful. Many people have expressed their concern for me as a single female missionary, but I have made so many friends and I'm surrounded by people that I consider to be family. God always sends along the right person at the exact time for the exact need that I have. 1 Thessalonians says, "Faithful is he that calleth you, who also will do it." God has called me here and he has faithfully taken care of me, whether it's been a physical need or a spiritual need. One of the ways that God has shown himself faithful is through the people and churches that support me. I would not be able to fulfill the spiritual or the physical aspects of what I do without those that support me. Many people have told me that they have prayed for me every day, and that means the world to me. I'm grateful to know that I'm not shouldering this burden alone. Every soul saved, every life changed is because of those who gave and those who pray. Yes, there are challenges to being here and living here, but the blessings far outweigh the challenges. There are so many opportunities every day where I can reach out and really make a difference. I've seen God change and transform lives. That's definitely the greatest blessing about living here.